Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
They got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case.
That crap.
Dati mihi Anglican, Marines Fairmont Club. That's literally not true. Oh, for Trump's sake. I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
All right, welcome back. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. Hope you had a fantastic lunch. I am the Recovery Addict. We're having a great day. Happy 3rd of July. 4th of July Eve is what we're going to call this one. I'm naming it. Okay, it already was named that on the calendar, but I'm saying that's a thing now. It is party time. It is party time. Big shout out to Melissa Webb. Melissa, first in chat this afternoon after lunch. Good on you, Melissa. Oh, hang on. This is... Maybe if I click your name, it works better. Melissa, congratulations, first in chat. I'm not sure. I think this might be your first time, Melissa. You might be naive as to what you've done on this day, on this momentous day that might forever change the course of your life. Melissa, all the rest of us were quietly enjoying our lunch, the lunch break, as we call it, and we're sitting peacefully. Some of us were doing yoga. Some of us were just meditating. Others were just reflecting on some of the finer things of life, the experiences of the week. And you burst through the doors in chat and just blurted out, "Hi." Startled all of us. Scared me out of my skin, quite frankly. Because of that, because you have broken the stillness of the live stream, we're going to send it to you with internet ownership. It's the only thing that's fit for this sort of crime, which you have committed. I am adjudicating you guilty of this crime, and I'm also sentencing you to internet ownership. That means you own the internet for the rest of probably the weekend, the 4th of July weekend. I realize you're like, hey, first-time offender, isn't there some leniency? No, there really isn't. Don't feel bad. Somebody had to do this. It would have been somebody got this, and who better than you, honestly? Melissa, thank you very much. Shame
on you, sir.
Yes. Melissa, congratulations on winning the internet today. If you want to commemorate this wonderful occasion, you can do so by going over to the YouTube page, clicking the shopping link, and then scroll through whatever the stuff is there until you find there is a certificate commemorating your internet ownership. It is downloadable. It is digital format. It's fill in the blank.
Have them send someone with more experience.
Meaning you have to fill in your own name on your own form. But once it's filled in, it comes pre-signed by me and my boss, Mrs. R.A. Then it's suitable either for framing or for inclusion as, cover sheet on your resume. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. How many other people can say they won the internet? A few, but still, that's total-wise, its percentage is small. Melissa, congratulations. Thank you. You're going to do just great owning the internet this morning. Let's see. We have a couple things to talk about. First of all, I'm a little hot. Like the mic is hot. I mean, I'm not trying to no, just kidding. Did someone say partay? I want to show you. I want to show you what I did over lunch. Because I was watching a little court case, live court, which he doesn't like to be talked about or shown. He's one of those judges. You know what I'm talking about, right? The judge who thinks that it's fine for me but not for thee. He's one of those judges. So I'm going to show you just really quickly a couple things. I want to talk about. I want to have a conversation. This is like breaking news. Judge behavior in courtroom questionable. Your thoughts. That's the title that we're going to put on this one. And it goes a little something like this. Let me get the party off the screen here first. Oops, on that too. Let's see. Where's my mouse? There it is. I lost it. It's a short one.
So once we get the lawyer, then we'll talk and figure it out. Hi,
Antonio. Daniel Gerardo Garcia. It's a motion to revoke, Judge, on a DWI. You can pick up a new charge. These are just technical violations. It wasn't.
He also, what I do when someone has a problem on probation. I give them an opportunity. I bring them here for a court admonishment, tell
A court admonishment. That's what we're going to listen to. Okay. Court admonishment.
them what they're doing wrong before I even file a motion. I brought him in. I told him to go take a drug test. He blew us off and took off.
Uh-oh.
I issued a warrant, and then he posted the bond, and then now we're here. So as far as I've seen in the year that he's been on, the only thing he's done is one class, and he's tested positive multiple times. So if he wants to stay on, okay, but I'm doing 3 days as a condition, and then he can continue on it, but he's got to do IOP and SOP because that's what the TRAS says that he's got to do.
Do we have to start that today, Judge? I'm just now getting appointed on this case. So I want to be able to, do an in-depth.
And if you want a week or two, I'm okay with doing that, but does he have a scram on his ankle right now?
No, I
He
don't.
gets a scram on his ankle today.
His device has been in lockout since April, and he was saying it was because of financial reasons.
So
I
he
don't
just,
even-
it's been an awful probation.
It's been awful.
Really, hadn't done anything. And he hasn't had an interlock. No. He's lucky he's not going to jail today. Come up.
Here he comes. He's off camera here for a little bit, but judge starts before.
Mr. Garcia, I am so upset with you that I can't even see straight. You've taken us for a ride over and over and over. I'm giving you 1 week to determine what you want to do. You will get a scram device today, and I hope upon everything in this world that's going on, you are not driving.
No.
Because if you were driving, holy smokes,
No, I got an Uber out here.
Uber.
I'm getting an
there
Uber
are
back.
cameras outside of the courthouse. So
Yes, sir.
when you walk out, I'm going to go to those cameras. I'm going to
Yes, sir.
look at what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So Tracy, he's on bond. Is he on bond for this now or no?
I think he's still on probation.
Okay. Then he needs it today.
Wait till the judge threatens him life.
And I want to know if he doesn't get it today.
It gets better.
If you don't get your scram device today, I will issue a warrant for you today.
Scram device? What is that?
You are getting an ankle monitor, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol.
Okay, that's fine.
You're responsible for it. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if you don't get it today,
No, I'll get it
if
today.
that thing dies, so do you.
What?
You must charge it every single
What?
day.
Right, okay.
And I will
Capital
see you here in a week.
For a dead
See what
battery?
you want to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
While all this is going on, there's a gentleman on Zoom down in the bottom of the window who has been fighting the urge to sneeze. He's been on camera. Okay. So he's been fighting the urge to sneeze. Let me see if we can skip ahead.
John got Serato.
Yes.
Yeah, here he is. Here's the guy who's trying to sneeze. You can see the tickle. Right, here he is. There he is. He's watching this all go down. And you can see his nose start to twitch. And you guys have been there. And he's hunting rapidly for where do I turn off my camera? I cannot do it. And boom! It goes off. Here comes the second one.
Where's
Oh.
Mr. Serato? That's him right there, right? You keep eating your fingers, you won't be hungry for lunch, man.
Okay. All right. On that note, that was it. A sneeze. I was going to slow it down in slow motion on camera because you can see his hair just like shoot up as he redirected the blast upwards. But I thought that might be a little too much. Thoughts on the judge? Did he threaten the guy's life if the battery died on his scram device? Is that what I heard? If it dies, you die. Wow. So, yeah, so that's fun. I thought we'd start off after lunch. If your scram dies, so do you. That is how he admonishes people in his court, and it's common. That's Judge Fleischer, but he's one of those judges that doesn't like us to know what happens. Well, doesn't like us to see what happens in court. He can show people on his channel and talk to his chat and everything else, but doesn't like anyone else to. Unfortunately, I thought it was newsworthy, and for purposes of newsworthiness, I reported it to you so you guys can consider the actions in his court appropriately. All right, let's see. I'm guessing last night's Tinder date didn't go well. There's no new Boone letter. We've read the last Boone letter. It was the 5 pages that came in right before her. She found out she was pro se. So there's nothing new in the world of Boone. I think there will be probably nothing new. Courts are not doing much over the weekend. We're going to jump to another court that we haven't watched before. This is Battle Creek, I think.
Our court date for.
I think it's Battle Creek.
Is that a court date in 2025 that I can schedule this on? For 6 months.
Judge Andrew Wheeler. Got like a whole filing cabinet out there on his desk. Looks good.
Okay. We're going to send a final court date on the 2nd of January, 2025.
Oh, it's quiet.
And at that point, if you're in compliance, the charge will be dismissed. So last 2 questions for you, Ms. Hill. First of all, there's a signature portion on both forms. Do I have permission to print your name on those signature portions?
Yes.
Do you have any questions of the court or of your attorney, Ms. Gaffney, before I do that?
No.
Okay.
I think he's going to read the 5-page letter.
Ella J. Hill.
There's nothing new.
Notating again, permission via Zoom.
We covered it right when it posted, which was 2 days ago.
And my initials.
I don't think Peter's covered it yet, so that's what he's covering.
And Your Honor, the city has reviewed the paperwork and also agrees with electronic signature.
Okay.
We're just a couple minutes back here on this court. We're going to pick up a couple Zoom participants that might be fun to watch as things progress. This is from about 30 minutes ago.
Ms. Hill, we're going to be mailing you copies of these documents. Are you still getting your mail at the address on 4th Street in Battleground?
What are you saying?
Yes.
What are you saying?
Okay, we will be sending the documents there. If there's nothing further, you can log out. Thank you very much.
Understood. Thanks.
Thank you.
His voice was remarkably low.
Let's see.
Yeah, we've read the 58-page letter and the 5-page letter that posted on the 28th.
Ms. Welch, come on right.
We've read both
Rebecca
of those.
Ward on behalf of Ms. Welch. Your Honor, Ms. Welch is coming forward. This was a failure to transfer title. She actually had started the process of transferring the title. The problem is it was an Oregon title and needed to go to Washington.
An Oregon title?
That's been
Or
taken
Oregon?
into consideration here. The prosecutor is agreeable with amending this to an infraction. The transfer of title has successfully been completed at this point in Washington. She's provided me a copy of that. She has a copy with her here in court. We are agreeable with showing that the infraction was committed with the fine of $145 and filing fee of $150. Your Honor, she'll make a payment arrangement with the clerk's office.
Okay. So do you agree that the infraction of failure to register a
Battleground,
vehicle
Washington.
took place?
Yes.
Okay. So total cost of $295. We'll give you some paperwork over at the desk
near,
by
like
the
Home
door.
Sweet Home?
Once you have
That's their
those
check?
documents, you are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
It's near Vancouver.
Mr. Priest, are you ready on your matter?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Jacobson, could I have you unmute, sir, and turn your camera on, please?
We've got a subtle,
yes, sir.
Subtle advertisement
I need
for the
to
law
make
firm.
sure first, does the court have the paperwork? I don't, Mr. Priest, I just sent you an email back that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
See the
In that
thing.
case, we're not ready. I thought I had forwarded paperwork that we were planning to enter to Ms. Carmi, but I think we just need to or as long as Ms. Carmi's okay with me forwarding the copy she did not sign.
Yeah, you need to forward those to the court. My assistant who's in court has started to prepare the J and S that she'll hand up to the judge, but you'll have to email those to the court for printing.
Okay.
I wonder if he's
My
accepting
apologies,
new
Your Honor.
clients.
We need a few more minutes.
Okay, Mr.
What
Jacobson,
number
looks
would we
like we're
call
awaiting
if-
some
if we
paperwork.
wanted to
So when
find
that
out?
paperwork is ready, maybe what we can do, Mr. Priest, is just to turn your camera back on, and that'll let me know this matter is ready to be recalled.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
He called you out at 2:42? What? I need more information. What happened there? Oh, you're looking to buy a home up there. Well, now you get an inside look at what the legal system is in the area. That's an important thing to take into consideration before you move to any area. Tumwater Troy.
Thank you.
How you doing, my friend? I see the what is that? Nanu? Is that the Vulcan hello Star Wars.
Ms. Deal, if you want to come forward here to the podium, please, ma'am.
Booth 2 from Clark County is here as well, Judge. He's just really
Good
short.
morning.
Morning.
Can I have you just state your name and date of birth for the record, please?
Haley Deal, 7/17/88.
So, Ms. Deal, it looks like I have an offer in front of me where you are agreeing to have your driving while suspended third degree
awesome,
amended
Jennifer
to a
Jupiter.
traffic infraction. And that infraction is called failure to display a license. Are you agreeing that infraction was committed?
Yes, I am.
Okay. There's also an agreement to do a deferred finding on the electronic device while driving infraction. So let me do that right now. In the amount of $150. What I tell folks about that deferred finding, ma'am, as long as there is not a
I think I triggered
non-moving
like 3
violation in
distinct
the
groups of
next
people
year,
with that.
this charge will not get reported to the Department of Licensing.
Oh, they'll find
And
out
at the
anyway.
conclusion of the year, the charge will be dismissed.
Okay.
So I have amended the face of the infraction. I have signed, or I'm going to be signing off on the resolution of the charge to another infraction. Do you have any questions, Ms. Deal, about what's taking place in court today?
I do not.
Okay. We're going to get you some paperwork over at the desk by the door. Once you have your documents, you are free to go.
Thank you.
Man, that if your scram dies, you die is going to stick with me all weekend. The new Sarah Boone letter is actually our old Sarah Boone letter. Peter's been very busy. We covered the letter already. It's 5 pages long. It was the last letter she wrote before she found out she was going to be pro se. But since the writing of that letter, she has learned that information. What state was that in that the judge threatened? That's in Texas. Judge Fleischer. He has his own YouTube channel and he talks to chat. And he'll as Jennifer Juniper said, you got a shout out during his live stream. He literally called you out during his live stream, which is sort of funny. A lot of judges that have their own YouTube channel have gone away from talking to chat that way. It's run into problems in cases. It tends to.
So, Ms. Sass, I have Mr.
Tends to get bad.
Sanborn, who is a pro
I was on
se
for that yesterday. I saw
Madaron
his
that's on Zoom.
I saw Papa Tragos was on. That was good. There are no active trials, mostly because it's the 4th of July tomorrow, and not many judges want to seat a jury on a holiday week.
Okay.
Amber's interviewing to be a mod with Judge Fleischer.
Mr. Sanborn, can I have you unmute, sir?
Hello?
Mr. Sanborn?
Thank you, sir. Can I have you turn your camera on, please?
Yes, of course.
Of course. Oh.
Thank you,
Can't
sir.
see you. I'm in the way.
Can I have you just state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Is that a snowboard?
Miles Sanborn, 06/05, 2005.
Sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Hoodie.
So it looks like this matter was scheduled today for a readiness hearing.
Hoodie's a good
And it sounds like,
courtroom
Mr.
choice.
Sanborn, you're needing some additional time in regards to documents and so forth, sir. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So normally from when you
Trying to
first
see what
came
that
to
is on the wall.
court,
Is it
you have a
curtains?
90-day what's called speedy trial period. So in our circumstance, that speedy trial would have began on the 23rd of May. And right now, the speedy trial would run through about the 23rd of August. If you need additional time, one of the things that we can do today is what is called a waiver of speedy trial. So let's say you said, I need to have until September or October. We could do a waiver beginning at that next court date, and that would give additional time for you to get additional documents and so forth to the city attorney.
Jail booth 2 is
About
jealous
how
of
much
his
time
hair.
do you think you will need?
I'm not exactly sure because I'm just trying to figure out if it will ever even be transferred or not, because I don't own the vehicle, and so I'm not in charge of it. So the person that is, it's completely up to them. So that's just what I'm trying to figure out because it sounds to me like they don't want to transfer it.
Okay. So Ms. Carmi, I could certainly set this matter over a couple weeks. We could also do a waiver and I could set it further out. Do you have any feedback in regards to time frame and so forth?
Yeah, Mr. Sanborn has been in touch with us. Oops, I apologize. Mr. Sanborn has been in touch with us. My recommendation would be 6 weeks.
Okay. So Mr. Sanborn, would you be comfortable with doing a waiver of speedy trial to allow the case to be set out a little bit further, sir?
Say no.
Yes, that's okay with me.
Say no. No.
So you and I
Need
have
it
talked
now.
a little bit about your right to a speedy trial on the record today. It looks to me like 6 weeks out would put us at, let me see, about the 15th of August. Would you be comfortable with doing a waiver beginning that day?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions about your right to a speedy trial, Mr. Sanborn?
Yes. So what exactly, basically, what would happen? Let's just say I don't get it transferred.
Mr. Sanborn, you'll talk about that with my office. With the judge, we're just going to enter your speedy to give you and I more time to talk about that.
Okay.
So he's waiving the right to a
Yeah,
speedy
so
trial.
just specifically, Mr. Sanborn, because I
Is this
can't
helping
really
him or
be
the
part of the
courts?
negotiations. My question just would specifically be if you understand that right to speedy trial and you're able to do a waiver beginning on the 15th of August. Do you have any questions about that at all, sir?
No, it sounds pretty clear. Thank you.
No problem. So I am going to accept the waiver. I'll find it knowing and voluntary and intelligently made. I'm going to set Mr. Sanborn over to the
Battleground Court,
15th of
court
August
morning docket.
at 2 p.m.
Oops, that's what it was. Sorry, now I broke it. Now I broke it.
one
We were
day
2
we'll-
hours back. Apparently, we were right here.
It sounds like, Mr. Sanborn, you're needing some additional time.
Yeah, we don't need to go that far back. Zip forward. We'll finish with Mr.
Ready,
Sanborn.
but the documents have been sent to court staff.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll just wait until some paperwork's handed to me, but I know that you're ready.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Gaffney, let's call the Marley matter then, please. Ms. Marley, if you want to come forward, please, with your attorney. Oh, sorry, this is a Ms. Ward matter. Well, it's a good question. So I thought Ms. Ward was in the courtroom. She is not. So as soon as she comes in, I apologize, ma'am. I'm not trying to walk you around any extras. Just need to get her.
We'll set that aside. Couple chats I have to get to. Obviously, thank you very much. Ivan says, hope everyone has a great 4th of July. Be as safe as you got to be and do your part to decorate the sky. Love you all. Thank you. Mary Kay, 17 months of justice with others. Thank you very much. Candace Hoff,
Ms.
big
Radke,
9
are you
months.
ready on Mr. Manzanares'
Time for the gender
case?
reveal, Candace. Congratulations on that one.
Good morning, Honor. Yes, I am.
Christiane, wow, 8
Mr.
months
Manzanares,
already.
if I could have you turn your
Best 8
camera on.
months
Thank
ever.
you, sir. And could I
Happy
have
4th
you
of
just
July.
state your- Good morning. Can I have you just state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Shirt says
Jose Manzanares, 04/06/2002.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Go ahead,
not
Ms.
fast
Radke.
enough on these.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client needs a little bit more time to reinstate his license. I did express this to Ms. Carney already. So we'd be requesting the August, I believe it's the 13th, or no, the 14th. And we'd be willing to waive speedy trial effective that 14th of August.
How about the 15th?
That works.
All right. That's our court. We only have court on Thursdays, so that's our court date.
Oh, I gave the wrong day. I apologize. I'm
Yeah,
looking
no problem.
there.
No problem. So, Mr. Manzanares, have you been able to speak to your attorney about your right to a speedy trial?
Yeah, I haven't talked to her yet, but it's fine. We can waive it.
Would you like to speak to your attorney at all before doing a waiver?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So, sir, normally from when you first went to court, you have to be brought to trial within 90 days. In doing a waiver that begins on the 15th of August, you'd be giving the city of Richfield 90 days from that date if it became necessary to bring you to trial. So 2 very brief questions, sir. First of all, do you understand that right to speedy trial?
Yes, I do.
And second, are you agreeing to waive that right?
Yes, I agree to waive it.
Okay. We'll accept the waiver. I'll find it knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made. Your next court date is going to be on August 15th, 2024. That's going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon. That is a mandatory court date, but you can choose to appear either in person or on Zoom like you are today.
Dressed
The court is going to
appropriately.
be sending you out some paperwork. We have an address for you on 12th. Address for us to send mail to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca
Well,
Zooks,
we will
welcome
get
to the
that
gallery.
information sent out. Anything further from the parties?
Thank you very much.
Not from defense, Your Honor.
4 months.
Okay.
Melbourne,
We will
Australia.
get that information sent out. You both can log
Rebecca.
out. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good rest of your day.
And you followed up
Thank
with
you,
a
you
super
too.
chat. Says, Happy 4th of July, Scott. And good day, mate. From Melbourne, Australia. Appreciate that very much. Happy 4th of July to you, too. I know it's not the same down there. But
So
hope
it
you have
looks
a
like
great
I have
day
Mr.
tomorrow.
Jacobson's paperwork now. Mr. Priest.
Yes,
Mr.
and Your Honor, just briefly from the city, there's 3 charges. One will be a plea on a discon, non-DV. The 2 remaining charges will go into a stay. So kind of a mix of things here.
Is that a picture of a duck on the
Well,
wall
and I'm
behind
going
you?
to say I have the stay paperwork.
What is that?
I have a judgment and sentence. I don't have the plea paperwork yet on the count 1, so
It looks like a
again,
modern,
I
modern
may have
art
been
duck.
a little too early on that. I guess that might still be printing.
No worries.
Okay. Mr. Mellon, is your matter ready?
Amos, this is
Okay.
Oh, we got another pup. We got a puppy.
Blankenship coming forward.
Tino brought his pup.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
This is
All
Battleground,
right, so
Washington.
Mr. Blankenship, I've been handed a stay of proceedings on your case. The first thing I tell folks about these stays of proceedings is this is a contract between yourself and the city of Battleground. I'm not a party to it. My job is to make sure you understand the terms of the agreement and certainly to enforce the agreement if you do the things you're supposed to do. Okay.
Please
There are
hope
some
the judge is a dog
costs and
person.
so forth. There's a filing fee and a supervision fee, totaling $300. You are to maintain compliance with the payment plan until that amount is paid off. You are to do 7 days on the work crew. I tell folks you must do at least 1 day of work crew every 30 days. More than 30 days pass and you've not done work crew, it can get returned to me. So please make sure you're diligent about doing that.
Got to pick up the trash.
Is Mr. Higgins here today, Madam Clerks?
It's close to the Washington,
Same
Oregon
place
border.
you checked in for court where the glass partition is when you finish today. Got it.
I called the work crew boss or
You're gonna call him. Yeah, I was gonna
gotcha.
have you check in with him in person, but he's not here today. So, okay. You are to complete a substance use disorder evaluation and complete any recommended treatment. You're to do anger workshop level 2. You're not to have any new criminal charges. You're to appear at all future court dates. The charge which you are entering your stay of proceedings in, assault in the 4th degree, is a gross misdemeanor. It's subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. In entering the stay, though, you are giving up some important rights. I do see them initialed. First of all, you're giving up your right to a jury trial. Do you understand that right?
yes, sir.
And are you agreeing to give up that right?
Yes.
Second, you're waiving your right to a speedy trial with a commencement date of December 20th, 2020.
Date's wrong.
So it's a 12-month stay. So that would put him on a stay from now in July
2025.
to next July. So the waiver says December 20th, 2024. That wouldn't get us to the end of the stay. Did you have a different date in mind, Mr. Mellon?
We could say July 1st, 2025.
Okay. So
Let's
with a
just pencil that
commencement
in.
date of July 1st of 2025, that would give the city 90 days from that date if it became necessary to have future court proceedings. Are you comfortable with that commencement date? And do you understand your right to speedy trial?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am just going to put my initials that I was the one that changed that date on the paperwork. Let's see. We're going to be setting a compliance hearing for the 3rd of October. So 10/3/24, that's going to be at 1:30.
Tino looks thrilled
At
to be
that
here.
time, I'll be looking into your progress with the work crew, the substance use disorder evaluation, and any recommended treatment. and also looking into the anger class. It's helpful if you get that information to the court early on in the
As soon as
process.
possible, yep.
Lets us know kind of how compliant you are, excuse me. I'm setting a final review date, excuse me, that's going to be on the 3rd of July, 2025. That will also be a mandatory court date. Oftentimes, if paperwork is in early, we can verify your compliance. We can sometimes strike that hearing.
All right.
Any questions for Mr. Mellon or for the court at all before I sign this agreement to enter you into the stay of proceedings?
I'll just get paperwork on like the anger management work classes, like how to set that up. and stuff.
Yes, we'll get you some documentation over at the desk by the door so you can get that signed up. Certainly the substance use disorder evaluation can be with any Washington certified agency you choose.
Okay.
What does he have tied around his neck?
Any other questions at all?
No, that's everything. Thank you so much.
Sounds good, no problem.
Bry Bear, thanks for gifting the membership. That's Sarah Chick.
I have signed off
You
on the
just got it.
agreement. We're gonna
Just
get
gifted a
you,
membership. That's awesome.
some documents over at the desk by the door. Once you have your paperwork, you are free to go. Again, I'll see you back here in October.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Every
Yep,
time
have
he's
a good
about to
day.
call the case, Tino grabs the dog,
Okay.
brings it on camera. I think he's hoping it works.
All right, I know I've dipped my toe into this water a couple times now, but I believe I have the plea paperwork for Mr. Jacobson. I have the stay paperwork for Mr. Jacobson.
Okay,
And I think
bring
we are
yourself
ready
and
to
your
call
ceiling
that
fan
matter.
back
Mr.
on.
Jacobson, if you want to just turn your camera
There we
back
go.
on.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
There we go. Do you want to
First
start
of all,
your
sir,
fan?
can I have you just state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Matthew Jacobson, October 31st.
October 31st, she's a Halloween baby.
So, Mr. Jacobson, I have paperwork here in the form of a statement of defendant on plea of guilty. Have you been able to review that guilty paperwork with your attorney, Mr. Priest?
Yes, sir.
Do you need any additional time to do that at all?
No, sir.
You are Matt Jacobson. You are 44 years old and you've completed the 10th grade of school. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you able to read and understand the English language?
Yes, sir.
Yes
You're
and
entering
no.
a plea to an amended charge of disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct is a simple misdemeanor subject to 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. In entering that plea today, you are giving up some important rights on your original charge of assault in the 4th degree domestic violence. I'm going to review those with you on the record. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury in the county where the crimes alleged to have been committed. You have the right to remain silent before and during trial and the right to refuse to testify against yourself. You have the right at trial to hear and question the witnesses who testify against you. You have the right at trial to testify and have witnesses testify for you, and the witnesses can be made to appear at no expense to you. You're presumed innocent unless the
think we
charge is
covered
proven
that
beyond a
letter
reasonable doubt or you enter a plea of guilty.
For,
And you have the right
Monday?
to appeal a finding of guilt after
I think
trial.
we covered it Monday.
Do you understand those rights, Mr. Jacobson?
I do.
Do you understand that in
5-page
pleading
letter.
guilty today, you're waiving or giving up those rights?
I do.
The charge that you are pleading to is a simple misdemeanor, as I stated, subject to 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. It looks to me like the recommendation from the city is no time and no fines. Certainly, there's a conviction,
That's a good
but your
recommendation.
conditions are going to be on your stay. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that is correct, except for we are requesting the 2 years bench probation.
Okay. Do you understand, Mr. Jacobson, the court does not have to follow anyone's recommendation as to the sentence today, but can sentence you up to the maximum authorized by law?
Yes, sir.
Court can place you on probation for 2 years, during which time you pay cost, fees, and assessments as authorized by law. To the charge of disorderly conduct, sorry, I'm flipping pages here, taking place on May 20th, 2024 in the city of Richfield, Washington, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Statement of fact states on May 20th, 2024 in Richfield, Washington, I did use abusive language and thereby created the risk of an assault. Is that a correct statement?
Yes, sir.
This is a abusive
I will accept
language.
the plea. I'll find it knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made. after
Whoa.
advice of rights and advice of counsel.
He cussed somebody out and got 2 years probation?
I think what I'm going to do, unless the parties have an objection, is I'm also going to go through the stay of proceedings paperwork as well right now. Actually, strike that. Let's just do this. Mr. Priest or Mr. Jacobson, is there anything that you would like me to know before I pronounce sentence on this matter?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor, I think mostly everything dovetails with the stay and the conditions on that we'll be going over momentarily.
Okay. I will follow the recommendation of the parties on the disorderly conduct charge. It'll be 90 days in jail with 90 days suspended, no time to serve, $1,000 fine with all 1,000 suspended. Again, no financial obligation. There will be a 2-year bench probation on the case with conditions of not to violate the law.
What's the law he broke? Freedom of speech. I mean, I know it has its limits, but
I'm going to set the review date on all the cases to be the same date. So we're going to have the same review date on the stay.
Half of Twitter would be in jail right now.
3rd of October 2024. And this criminal plea will just track along with that stay of proceedings, okay?
Yes, sir, Chick. You might want to rethink the move.
Okay, so that concludes the one.
Unless you've got really good control of your temper.
So, Mr. Jacobson, I think you've been online here for a little bit. I think you've heard me probably put 1 or 2 other folks on a stay. The first thing I tell folks about these stays of proceedings is this is a contract between yourself and the city of Richfield. I'm not a party to the contract. My job is simply to make sure you understand the terms of the agreement, and then the city follows through with their obligations if you do the things you're supposed to do, okay?
Okay.
This is a 12-month stay of proceeding.
Welcome, Rebecca. Thanks for
There are
joining
some
us.
financial obligations, $150 filing fee, recoupment, $150 supervision fee. You may have to do restitution to a Jessica Jacobson. Amount is to be determined, to be paid in full within the year, again, if it is requested. You are to maintain compliance with any court payment plan during the time of your stay. You are to complete 40 hours of alternative community service, and we'll send you a document regarding that. You're to complete a substance use disorder evaluation and comply with any recommended treatment. You are to complete anger workshop level 2.
His court
Appear at all
documents.
future court dates. The box isn't marked, but I'm also going to mark the box. No criminal charges, good behavior during the time of your stay.
I've got to find out what he did.
You are giving up some important rights in entering your stay today. You are waiving your right to a jury trial. Do you understand that right, sir?
I do.
And you're agreeing to waive or give up that right?
Yes, sir.
You're also doing a waiver of your right to speedy trial, with that speedy trial right beginning again on July 3rd, 2025. Do you understand your right to speedy trial?
I do.
And are you in agreement with that waiver of July 3rd of 2025?
Yes, sir.
Both charges you are entering your stay of proceedings on are gross misdemeanors, subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. I do see an electronic signature on the paperwork. Mr. Jacobson, do you have any questions about the stay of proceeding you're entering today before I sign off on the stay document?
No, sir.
Okay. So again, we are going to be scheduling a review date. This is the same as your other case for the 3rd of October. At that time, I'm going to be looking at your progress with the alternative community service, the substance use disorder evaluation and any recommended treatment, and I'm going to be looking at the anger workshop level 2. Please make sure to get that documentation to the court prior to that court date, okay?
Yeah, I start my first class is on the 16th for the drug and alcohol program, and then I'll set everything up with the work crew today. Hopefully,
so
as soon as I
there
get
was
that paperwork.
It wasn't just mouthing off.
And yeah, everything else.
We're also going to schedule a final review for the 3rd of July of 2025. At that time, if you're in compliance, these charges will be dismissed.
Thank you.
Lenovo just gifted
Service,
10
40 hours. I said work
memberships.
crew, I apologize.
10 memberships. Thank you very much, Lenovo.
Sir, we are going to be mailing you some paperwork. We have an address for you.
I think I found Matt Jacobson's
I have
LinkedIn,
an address for you
but
on
he has a
Bonita
dog that
Road
looks
in
just
Tigard.
like
Is that where you're getting your
Mr.
mail?
Tino's dog.
No, I moved back home.
Okay.
My attorney has the address. Do you want it, or should we? Do you want me to tell everybody?
If
Like
you're comfortable
everybody.
doing that, yes, please.
Three.
We're not going to tell everybody. By everybody, it doesn't mean everybody. Dog Lover, can you get in contact with the mod if I got a question about gifted members? Yeah, or you can contact me. Call me on the burner phone, text me on the burner
Okay,
phone.
we will send those documents to the North
Exclamation
Pioneer
point burner.
Canyon
We'll get
Drive
that.
address. Anything further on this matter?
Lenova, are
Just
you
to
trying to
confirm, Your
hit
Honor, we're
somebody?
back July,
Are you trying to hit
October
Karina?
3rd and then July 3rd of next year. Is that correct?
Yes and yes.
I
Thank you.
think we're trying to get
Okay,
Karina
thank you
a
both. You can
membership.
log out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Another miss. Valiant attempt, Lenova. Thank you very much.
So let me just call one quick matter. Actually, there's two quick matters, and then I'll get to your in custody, Ms. Ward. I think one of the quick matters is yours, Ricky Marley.
Yes, Your Honor. This is not mine, that's Mr. Cheney, but I'm stepping in for him today. Ms. Marley is coming forward. Your Honor, I
She's not
believe
on
that there's
camera
been a
'cause she's in the
resolution
courtroom.
that's reached. Mr. Cheney is not able to be in court here today, however, and so we're asking to set this matter over to July 25th to enter that resolution.
Okay. Ms. Marley, were you able to talk to Ms. Ward about your right to speedy trial?
Yes, I was.
You understand that in doing a waiver beginning July 25th, you're giving the city of Battle Ground 90 days from that date if it becomes necessary to bring you to trial. You're in agreement with that?
Yes.
I will accept the waiver. I'll find it knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made. We'll see Ms. Marley back here July 25th
and
at 10 a.m.
intelligent.
Stay in touch with Mr. Cheney.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh, couple more
Ms.
attempts at the
Gaffney, let's call
dartboard.
one of yours, Mr. Totten.
Shuri S. Been there,
I'm
done
gonna
that.
hand this back to you. He needs that.
Red Pen gifted 5. And I must have weaved
And Mr.
instead of
Totten, it
bobbed.
looks like I have a
All missed.
document in front of me.
Note to
that
self,
shows that your
gives it
failure to
5
transfer
attempts as
title
well.
criminal charge is being amended to a traffic infraction called failure to register a vehicle.
And a
with
miss on
fine
all
of
5.
$295.
Hit great people.
Do you agree that that infraction took place?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, all of you. You
I'm
guys
going to
are
find the
super
infraction committed. We're going to get you some documents over at the desk
Danny
by the door,
Austin
but this will
goes
conclude.
next.
There's not going to be any future proceedings on this case. We'll just have to get the fine paid, okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
The wind on those, says Karina. Danny followed by Greeners, who doesn't wait his turn, just butts ahead of the line and gives 10.
Let's go then.
It's
to
going
Mr.
fast. I can't see if you got one or not.
Who's with
Karina.
us in custody? Mr. Wallach,
Yes,
can
I
you
give
report,
two.
sir?
Yes, I'm right here. Hello.
Or in jail.
Thank you. Have you state your name and date of birth, please, for the record?
Brian Wallach, 11/11/89.
Okay. Your attorney, Ms. Ward, is with us here in the courtroom. Go ahead, Ms. Ward.
Yes, Your Honor, we had previously set this matter over. We've done a 1077 evaluation. Mr. Wallach suffers from schizophrenia. That was noted in the evaluation. However, the evaluator felt that he was confident to proceed. And so that's what we're asking for at this time. I've gone over a
Thank you,
statement of
Megan.
plea of guilty with Mr. Wallach. This was a heavily negotiated deal between the prosecutor and I, taking into consideration Mr.
Rebecca.
Wallach's unique mental health consideration. I will note that his mother, who is the alleged victim in this case, is present in court. I've also spoken with her about this resolution, and she may want to be heard on this, Your Honor.
Mom's in court, the son's in jail.
All right,
Rebecca
Mr. Wallach,
gifted
let's
10.
work our way through the plea. You are Brian James Wallach.
Danny,
You are
thank you very much
34.
for
You've
15
completed the
months.
12th grade in some college. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Are you able to read and understand the English language?
Yes.
Josh. Thank you,
In entering
Josh.
pleas today, you are giving up some important rights that I'm going to review with you on the record. You have the right to remain silent before and during trial and the right to refuse to testify against yourself. You have the right to hear and question the witnesses who testify against you. You have the right at trial to testify and have witnesses testify for you, and the witnesses can be made to appear at no expense to you. You're presumed innocent unless the charge is proven beyond a reasonable doubt or you enter a plea of guilty, and you have the right to appeal a finding of guilt after trial. Do you understand those rights, Mr. Wallach?
Yes.
And do you understand that in pleading guilty today, you're waiving or giving up those rights?
Yes.
Both charges you are pleading to are called gross misdemeanors. They are both subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. There is a pretrial agreement that I'm holding up. Do you understand the court does not have to follow anyone's recommendation
see
as
that,
to
Judge.
sentence, but can sentence you up to the maximum authorized by law?
Puppies and pizza.
Court can place you on
Congratulations on 6
probation for
months.
5 years, during which time you'd pay costs,
Selena
fees, and
Kay
assessments
gifted
as
5.
authorized by law. Because these are domestic violence charges, you are giving up your right to possess
self.
firearms. That is a requirement of the legislature. That's something that is not in the discretion of the court. Do you understand that?
Wow.
That I can't change or okay, go around that.
Danny Austin, thank you very much.
So the charge of assault in the 4th degree domestic violence taking place on April 23rd, 2024 in the city of La Center, state of Washington. How do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of malicious mischief in the 3rd degree taking place on April 23rd, 2024 in the city of La Center, Washington. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Are you making these pleas freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Factual basis states, on or about April 23rd, 2024 in the city of La Center, state of Washington, I did with unlawful force strike a family or household member, to wit Laurel Wallach, 7/16/1961, and I did cause physical damage to the property of Laurel Wallach without her permission. Are those correct statements, sir?
Yes.
I will accept the pleas. I'll find them knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made after advice of rights and advice of counsel. What's going to happen now is I am going to, first of all, hear from the city attorney, Ms. Carmi. I'm then going to hear from Ms. Wallach if she wants to address the court. I'll probably, Ms. Wallach, when I hear from you, I'll have you come up here to the podium. And then I'll hear from Ms. Ward and I'll hear from Mr. Wallach then to conclude, okay? So Ms. Carmi, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, we ask you to follow the recommendation following the results of the 1077. It is a offer for credit time served with affirmative conditions that we hope will address the underlying reasons this occurred. My understanding is the victim is in support and anxiously awaits kind of treatment for her son. So we'll certainly defer to her on what she wants to let the court know, but I believe this is also in accord with her wishes.
And I will note, both for the prosecutor, as well as the court, that Ms. Wallach has scheduled a mental health evaluation at Columbia River next week, with the hope that that evaluation will accurately assess his treatment needs.
Ms. Wallach, did you want to address the court, ma'am? Yeah, come on up here to the podium if you don't mind. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
So we appreciate your patience today. I know you've been waiting for quite a while. And what would you like me to know?
Oh my goodness.
I would like you to know, Your Honor, that Brian Wallach is gravely disabled. He's not just schizophrenic, it's pretty bad. And he has CPTSD and possible autism. And he has been self-medicating for years to try to get rid of this horrid voice. He's a beautiful person inside. And this voice is what's causing all the problems. What happened that day in April is he took 18 Wellbutrin pills at one time, thinking it would alter the chemicals in his brain to stop it.
Wow.
He was that desperate. He's at that desperate stage right now. And he could have taken, there was morphine and codeine next to it, but he didn't want to get high. He just wants to get rid of that voice that's destroying him. That's always there. It doesn't leave. This doesn't just pop up once every 6 months. So I'm desperately pleading for your help. He's now at the stage, he has become extremely desperate to stop these voices. Next step is going to be suicide because he can't handle it anymore. He's screaming, "Get away from me."
This is his mom and the victim.
He needs to be placed somewhere with mental health treatments where he can be monitored and taken care of. because he's gravely disabled. And as much as I love having him with me, this voice is making it impossible for him to live at all, any type of life.
Wow.
With his background of self-medicating with drugs and alcohol, with these Wellbutrin and everything, I'm pleading that he goes to a drug and alcohol treatment facility for as long as his health care will allow. And I'm trying to keep him alive. That's my goal. And to give him some type of life besides this screaming voice that's he says is trying to kill him. So I plead with you that he's been to treatments, he's been to outpatient, he's been to everywhere, and it's a vicious cycle over and over and over again. Nothing is helping. I don't know what else to do. And that wasn't him that hit me. It was the Wellbutrin. He was out of his mind with that. 18 pills. That was not Brian Wallach. That's all I have to say, Your Honor.
And so you have, it sounds like, an appointment that you've made for him with Columbia River Mental Health next week?
Yes, for assessment and everything else. And then there's a PACT team, PACT. It's an outpatient mental health, intensive mental health treatment.
Josh,
so
thank you
he's
very
going to be
much. Happy birthday, my
evaluated for
friend.
that, to go to that. And I don't know the date of this, when it's supposed to go, but it's in 2 weeks at the most.
Thank you very much for the
Thank you.
information. Ms. Ward?
Your Honor, again, I would ask the court to follow the recommendation as a result of having negotiations and taking into consideration the circumstances in this particular case. We are hopeful that this will help to get the mental health treatment that my understanding is the victim is not on a no contact order because she is the person who assists him with his mental health needs and getting those met. We're asking the court not to impose any financial obligations as anything at this point is going to be unduly burdensome. He's unable to hold down employment. He is not able to hold any employment for some period of time. He does receive disability of approximately $700 a month, but his treatment needs consume that pretty quickly. He lives with mom, doesn't have other pills, and other financial circumstances to take into consideration.
Mr. Wallach, is there anything you'd like me to know?
No.
Okay.
Let's see what the judge can do here.
Okay, so I'm going to follow the recommendation of the parties. I'm going to modify it just slightly to let you know. On count one, assault in the fourth degree domestic violence, 364 days in jail with 357 days suspended, leaving 7 days to serve in custody. And we'll give credit time served for those 7 days. Proceeding the Blazina analysis will be a $5,000 fine with all 5,000 suspended. Count two, malicious mischief, 364 days in jail, again with 357 days suspended, leaving 7 days to serve. The 7 days will run concurrent to one another for a total of 14. Credit time served for all 14 days. You should be released today, Mr. Wallach. Again, a $5,000 fine with all 5,000 suspended.
Wow.
Bench probation for 60 months. No violations of the law. Usually I wouldn't see you until October, Mr. Wallach, but I want you to follow through with some of the things that your mom is doing for you. So I'm going to see you back here earlier. I'm going to see you back here in August. Now, if he is in a program, if he's in a mental health program or a PACT program, I will waive his appearance, but I just need that documentation. But Mr. Wallach, the court is going to have an expectation that you are working as hard as your mom is working to address these issues. And so that's going to involve maintaining your sobriety. It's going to involve going to your evaluation next week with Columbia River Mental Health. It's participating in either a substance use disorder evaluation or the PACT program, but we need to see that you are also working to do your best, okay?
Okay, thank you.
The review hearing I'm going to schedule is going to be on the 8th of August at 1:30. That is a mandatory court date, Mr. Wallach. Certainly, I will waive your presence if I see that you are in a program, okay? But I have the
Yes,
expectation that you are in some manner of program. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I think I understand. I get it.
Okay, I'm going to be watching you, sir. I'm going to be caring about your progress as much as your mom does, okay?
I'm glad to see, I'm glad a program would be a good idea anyway, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Ms. Ward.
That's about all the judge could do there. He's getting out today, so his
Can I
mom
waive
can
it?
help him.
Yeah, I'll waive it. Okay.
And just because I'm not in the courtroom, can I double check if the ineligibility for firearms was handed up?
It just was handed to me and I just signed it.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Gaffney.
Your Honor, I think we have Anthony Tobias in the waiting room, and that's a set over to September 12 with a waiver.
Yep.
Karina.
Yeah, Mr. Tobias,
Welcome
could I have
to the
you
gallery.
unmute and turn your camera on, please, sir?
You had a bunch of people do their best to give you a free membership, and it
How's it
didn't
going?
work.
Thank you. Can I have you just state your name and date of birth, please,
Good
for
to
the
have
record?
you back in green.
Anthony Tobias, February 9th, 1991.
Well, sorry about that.
Okay, your attorney, Ms. Gaffney, is with us here in the courtroom. Go ahead, Ms. Gaffney.
Your Honor, he has to do a couple of things to get licensed. He thinks he can do that by September 12. We're waiving commencing September 12. We went over that with him yesterday, but he will have to authorize Your Honor to sign for it. Thank you.
Mr. Tobias, have you been able to talk to Ms. Gaffney about your right to speedy trial?
Yeah.
You understand that doing a waiver beginning September 12th, you're giving the city of La Center 90 days from that date if it becomes necessary to bring you to trial. Do you have any questions about that?
Nope.
And are you agreeing to waive that right?
Yep.
I'll accept the waiver. I'll find it knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made. We're going to mail you some paperwork. Are you still getting your mail on 219th Street in Richfield?
Yes, sir.
All right, we will send your paperwork there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I have Mr. Gallared also.
I was free to log off.
You can log out, Mr. Tobias. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Gallared, can I have you turn your camera on, please, sir?
He needs help. He's getting out today, and his mom's in position to help him, wants to help him.
Stefan Gallared, there we go. You're unmuted. Can you turn your camera on,
I know
please,
the
sir?
self-medication is
It's
not
not
gonna
letting me. It's saying you cannot start your video because the host has disabled it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't. It's saying it was disabled. All right.
This is the
let
guy
me
with the
see.
dog. Yes,
All right,
because we were
we're
getting
working
dizzy.
through it. You're back on. Okay.
All right.
Where's the pup?
Yes,
Ricky
sir.
Watson, thanks for gifting 5
So it
memberships, my
shows,
friend.
Mr. Gallared, I have some paperwork here that you are entering a plea to a DUI no test charge, and you are having a hit and run unattended dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your attorney, Ms. Gaffney, is with us here in the courtroom. Have you had plenty of time to talk to her?
Yeah.
Do you need any additional time?
No.
Okay. You are Stefan Gallared. You are 30. You've completed the 12th grade and nursing school. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to read and understand the English language?
Yes.
In entering a plea to your 2 original charges, you are giving up some important rights that I'm going to review with you on the record. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury in the county where the crime is alleged to have been committed. You have the right to remain silent before and during trial and the right to refuse to testify against yourself. You have the right at trial to hear and question the witnesses who testify against you. You have the right at trial to testify and have witnesses testify for you, and witnesses can be made to appear at no expense to you. You're presumed innocent unless the charge is proven beyond a reasonable doubt or you enter a plea of guilty. And you have the right to appeal a finding of guilt after trial. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that in pleading guilty today, you're waiving or giving up those rights.
Yes, sir.
Charge that you are pleading to is what's called a gross misdemeanor. It's subject to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. I am holding up a pretrial agreement. Do you understand the court does not have to follow anyone's recommendation as to sentence, but can
Yes, sir.
sentence you to the maximum authorized by law?
Yes, sir.
Court can place you on probation for 5 years, during which time you'd pay cost, fees, and assessments as authorized.
Don't think he
by
knows
law.
that he can open the door.
There are some mandatory conditions in entering a plea, including at least 1 day in jail and 90 days of license suspension. Do you understand that that's required by the legislature and the court could not choose to not impose that sentence?
Yes, and I do have 1 credit already for that day.
Yep, and we'll get to that certainly, sir, and I'm fine with awarding any credit you already have.
Okay.
To the charge of DUI, sir, taking place on August 7th, 2023 in the city of Battle Ground, Washington. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Factual basis states in the city of Battle Ground, Washington on August 7th, 2023, I drove a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol, as measured by analysis of my breath or blood, having an alcohol concentration of 0.08 or higher within 2 hours of driving. Is that a correct statement?
Yes, sir.
We'll accept the plea. I'll find it knowing, intelligent, and voluntarily made after advice of rights and advice of counsel. What's going to happen now, Mr. Gallaret, is I'm briefly going to hear from the city attorney, Ms. Carmy. I'm then going to hear from your attorney, Ms. Gaffney. You will also have the right to address the court prior to sentencing, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Carmy.
Your Honor, this is a first DUI conviction, so the jail time is mandatory minimum. However, we are asking for additional work crew days in light of the dismissal of the other charge that was part of the bargain. And we are also asking that restitution be held open 180 days to Jose Diaz, otherwise standard DUI terms.
Ms. Gaffney.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd ask the court to follow the pretrial recommendation. He does have a substance evaluation scheduled, CMAR. He gets an EBT card, but he's not working.
Guys, let me,
he's trying to get his ID.
First of all, this is terribly sad, watching him walk in a circle, not knowing that he can open that door and get out. I don't know when the jailer's going to come check on him. Probably when the next person comes in for that booth. But
in terms of the 6 days of work crew, I did ask for filled out on the judgment for 48 hours of community service only because of the transportation issues, and I believe he can work locally at a share house.
Mr. Gallaret, anything you'd like the court to know, sir?
Yeah, I was incarcerated for an assault 3 on a C-Trans security, so I'm not allowed to take the bus. That's why I'm having like transportation issues, but that's about it.
That's on you, bud.
Right. I will follow the recommendation of the parties. It'll be 364 days in jail with 357 days suspended, leaving 7 days to serve. 1 day will be in jail, and I will provide credit time served. The remaining 6 days will be converted to 48 hours of community service. Mr. Gallaret, we're going to send you a document where you can record your community service and verify that that's taken place. Based on the financial information provided by your attorney, I am going to find under Blazina analysis that you are indigent. It'll be a $5,000 fine with all 5,000 suspended. I'm not going to assess any fine.
Okay.
Remaining conditions on the case, sir. I am ordering restitution in the amount to be determined. Restitution will be left open for 180 days to Jose Diaz. I'm ordering a substance use disorder evaluation and comply with recommended treatment and a victims panel. I am going to see you back here, sir, for a mandatory court date. That's going to be on the 3rd of October, 2024. At that time, I'll be reviewing your progress on alternative community service, your substance use disorder evaluation, and any recommended treatment from CMAR, and your participation in the victims panel. That is a mandatory court date, sir. Again, the 3rd of October at 1:30. Do you have any questions at all, sir, regarding your sentence today?
No, sir. I appreciate it.
No problem. So we're going to send you some paperwork. I have an address from you on Yeoman Avenue in Vancouver. Is that where you're getting your mail?
Yes, sir.
All right. We will mail your documents. If there's nothing further, Mr. Gallaret, you may log out.
The
Thank
sad
you.
part is the gentleman in
And I
booth
do
2.
not think we had the dismissal order for the hit and run.
If they move
Your
him back
Honor.
to his
I'm not
cell, he
sure if
goes
that
back to
was-
the same
the
pacing.
prosecutor had a chance to do
The
it,
good
but
news
that
is he's getting out today.
dismissed.
His mom has
Yeah,
And
mental
we're
health
stipulating to restitution on the hit
meetings
run.
lined up for him.
I am gonna just dismiss on the face of the citation. That should be fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
We're gonna switch for just a minute. Let me tell you guys something real quick. Let's go over to where are we? Let's bring this one over. Let me explain something really quickly. We're gonna go to channel 3 here. This is the clerk website right here, Orange County Clerk of Court. If you go up here and you go to the website, you say record search and you type in the name. Let's say, let me see so I can see this. Let's try Sarah. Sarah's a good name. Last name, let's try Boone. Scroll down here to click the button that says, I'm not a robot. And look, we passed, so now we can search. Now we can pull up the docket for everything that says Sarah Boone. The second one on the list happens to be the criminal felony charge for Sarah Boone with Judge Kranick. We click on that page, and it brings up the docket sheet. The docket sheet shows everything that's happening. Sarah Boone, state of Florida, the charge against her. And look at this docket events at the top. Right here is her 58-page letter right here, this one right here. 58-page letter. She handed that to the judge. Here's the order the judge wrote granting the motion. There's the notes from the meeting, and these last 5 pages are the last page she wrote, the last letter she submitted before the judge granted the motion, but after the 58-page letter. We click on that. I can look at it. We've read this already. It's 5 pages long. This is the one Peter Tragos is reading. He's done the 58-page one. He's just catching up on the other one. There's no new letter. We were a few days ahead of Peter Tragos. That's how many people we have here. How many people have liked it? But so there's no new letter yet, but we do expect a new letter from Sarah Boone. So Peter's not wrong. She didn't. It is a letter that was since the 58-page letter, and it's addressing the lawyer withdrawing, but it does not address her being her own pro se lawyer. We're expecting a letter shortly about that, because that's the only communication she can have. She has no one else to talk to, the judge now. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. It might happen over the weekend. I doubt it. I really doubt it. It takes them about a week to post the letter after it's been submitted to the court. It's just a slow process down there in Orange County, but we'll let you know as soon as that happens, and we'd like to be the first person to bring it to you. So let me know if you see it, if you have alerts set up on that. For some reason, it will not let me get alerts on Sarah Boone's case. So if you are able to get alerts out of Orange County for updates on that docket, let me know on the burner phone. And as long as it's not Sunday, we'll probably do this. Hey, look who's calling. Hang on a second.
Call from Adah to accept.
Is this Adah Brown, the just reached 1,000 plus memberships, Adah Brown?
Oh my God, that was insane! Yes.
Congratulations. That is awesome. I am trying. You said you have a live stream set up right now?
Well, I just got off my live.
Okay, I was searching for it because I saw your text, and I'm looking like I can't even link to it. I can't find it anywhere. But
oh yeah, but I wanted to hop on and thank you and all of your kind viewers and all of the people that came on and supported me. Couldn't have done it without you. And I don't know if you saw Brandy Churchwell's Twitter account where I'm covering my mouth going.
That was funny. The moment she hopped on surprised you, and yeah, the 1,000. That is amazing.
I was like,
Brandy is, you know why we like her so much. She's just amazing. She's a great person.
I do.
And
I hope so one day people think that of me.
we're excited for you. For those that don't know, this is Adah K. Brown. It's the alternate juror, right? Is that what you're known as on?
Your alternate juror.
Your alternate juror. She has a channel where she follows true crime like most of us. But the thing that makes you stand out a lot is that you do sign language. And so you literally are bringing the world of true crime to those who are hearing impaired in some way, and which is just awesome. It's just cool. Nobody else is doing that, and it's a whole other group of people who I think all of us are getting towards that stage as hearing becomes harder and harder for us in our old age, especially those of us that use headphones. But no, what you're doing is amazing. So happy for you. So happy you hit that threshold, and it's just. The sky's the limit now.
Thank you so much. Well, it was funny because I had promised when I only had like 100 viewers that if I reach 1,000, I would dye my hair pink. So I got pink hair today, and I had
haven't seen
balloons.
it
We
yet.
had a cake.
I'll have to go check
Well,
that
I
out.
wanted to come on visually so I could, visually thank everybody. But you're
I'm
you're
not on
hopping off.
StreamYard today. So I can't take a guess.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not a problem. But
Can we put
but the whole
a
thing
link
is,
to one of the mods? Can you put a link to Adah Brown's channel? in
I
chat?
appreciate it.
That'd be awesome.
But
I want to see the pink hair.
oh, you want to see the pink hair? Okay, yeah, go. I'll pull it up. But I just wanted to say that my mods, have been fabulous. We have learned so much. My mind is swimming with all that we are learning. We are actually having mod meetings. It seems real now. Now that I'm at 1,400.
What's a mod meeting?
Because we're trying to figure out everybody's roles and trying to everybody has different skills. I'm at 1,430 something.
Oh, you
right
blew
now,
past
so I'm
the
very
threshold. You just.
I did.
That is awesome.
And the video I did 2 nights ago when they released the information on Proctor being
rehomed.
Rehomed. I was going to say repositioned. I did a video immediately, and I went to bed with like 500 and something views. I was ecstatic. Oh my gosh!
And then it blew up.
Yeah, over 10,000. We're pushing 11,000 views on that. There it is at 135. There it is.
There it is, right here. Boom.
Yeah, they just posted. Yeah.
Okay.
And so the funny thing is that I woke up to over 10,000 views and yesterday morning, and I nearly dropped my teeth. And then everything that happened, yeah. So hop on, RA, and see the pink hair.
I'm gonna jump over. I'm gonna put it. If it's all okay with you, I'm gonna pull it up on my screen here. Just 1 second. Let me.
Now, mind you, this is not going to be permanent. Emily D. Baker takes the cake on that.
You think it's not going to be permanent? Did you follow the instructions?
Well, the thing is I've been compared to Emily D. Baker with my black hat, my black shirts, because I've always worn them with what I do. But the interesting thing is, I did this. Who knows? It may become a thing.
There's you on the screen. We've got you.
That's a horrible freeze frame.
I did you dirty on the pause, but
that's okay. But I have a cake in the background that says 1,000 subs, and we had a little party.
that is so cool. I'm sorry I missed it. I just saw the message and thought I was going to link over to it, but it looks like they're done. Oops, sorry. Don't want to play all of it.
Well, that's okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to change our Friday nights to Saturday because everybody's doing Friday. And just so you know, so if you want to hop on, it's going to be called Tumbling the Tea with Adah K. Who's spilling the tea tonight?
There you go. That's awesome. I'm super excited for you. I think the next thing that we have to do, I think they went to like Region H, right, or something like that. They found out where he's going. Where Trooper Proctor's been moved, and somebody has to go and start asking questions of other, the PIO there. Hey, how do you feel now that you've got Trooper Proctor on your team?
Well, I don't even know where he's gone. I have to figure out all that. I haven't. Where is he going?
Something about H. I think they divide the state by letters, and I think H is where he went. So
his territory is H. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to be there long if depending on what they find.
Well, they have to follow the process because the police union is quite powerful, and they have to follow a set process before they can fire somebody. They can't just fire somebody. There has to be a whole hearing, and he gets representation from the police union and everything, and we'll see. Unless he chooses to withdraw on his own. If he does, which I think is what's going to happen. Generally, as soon as he withdraws, they just say, okay, there's no point in pursuing this because the outcome would have been get rid of him. He's gone now, so we just drop the investigation. The downside for everybody else is nothing gets released. There's no final word. There's no final say on what went wrong. And I think that's what's going to happen here, unfortunately. He'll wait till it gets close to the end and then bail.
Yeah, I think the retirement word will come out, and he'll try to save his butt.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I don't know if they'll give him retirement right now. Possibly a retirement with a reduced option.
Mhm.
That a reduction in rank.
That's what I heard.
But
Yeah.
usually,
But whatever he's gonna, if he's smart, if he is smart for his own good, he'll bail, just to salvage what he can. But we'll watch and see. We're gearing up, I guess, for the Alec Baldwin trial next.
Yes, starts next week.
For those who are going to be following it, it starts next week. But I've told my followers to, hop on over to you if you're, and they were going to hop over, but seems like you're wrapping up too.
Yep. We've got
any special plans for the weekend?
We're gonna try. I bought like 10,000 poppets for my kids. There's a story about that shared at the beginning of the live stream. And a whole bunch of sparklers. So we're going to try not to get burned and just have some fun. Possibly live stream a fireworks show on the water not on the water, but from the boardwalk, whatever it's called. I think it's called the boardwalk. I don't know. It's the walkway along the water's edge at Washington in North Carolina.
We call it a bulkhead.
Yeah, that thing. It depends if I get a good seat and a good view and there's a good signal and stuff. So.
Well, I'm on call. I'm a first responder, but I'm on call I have my own, I'm an emergency services chaplain, so I am on call for tomorrow. I'm praying I don't have to go. I tell everybody, drink responsibly, be responsible with the fireworks, and respect everybody's distance with them. Respect the distance.
And and watch out for your pets. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Make sure your pets have a place where they can feel safe, and if they are going to hear them, be with your pets. It's terrible.
Luckily, my service dog doesn't have a problem with them, thank God. But I know a lot of animals do. But give Mrs. R.A. a hug for me. Thank you so much. Once again, I couldn't have done it without you. I will be calling you. I do have a technology question in the near future.
Awesome.
But once again, more importantly, to all of the people, I see some of you in the chat now that hopped over and loved on me and hopped over and subscribed and encouraged me. Y'all are wonderful, and we couldn't do this without you.
Well, I'm glad I can help a little bit with the tech, but you've got the skills everywhere else, so it's wonderful. So, looking forward to seeing great things on your channel.
And same to you. And I would love to have you on some Saturday night.
Awesome. We'll do it for sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Adah.
Okay.
Good talking to you.
Bye, hon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Adah is awesome. Love what she does. Love that she brings something very unique that she's very capable of doing to a community that really doesn't get represented very well. I mean, the only place you see sign language when it comes to true crime is at press releases. When the governor's there talking, you get a little bit of sign language and that's it. You don't get courts with sign language. You don't get any of that. So unless there is closed captioning, which usually does a terrible job, there just isn't an option for people who need assistance with hearing. So anyway, great job. Excited for that. All right, don't forget to bring Kiki in tomorrow night. Here's our trouble. We are looking for Kiki everywhere. Kiki was around yesterday. I may have overfed Kiki because I went and got Kiki rotisserie chicken. Is that not what you do for your pets? I got Kiki rotisserie chicken and gave him a healthy dose. And sometimes when he eats a lot and he's like super fat and happy, he just doesn't bother to come around for a while. So we're looking for him. We're watching for him constantly. Hopefully he comes back. But he has not been shy about fireworks. He actually comes up to the kids when they're playing with the poppets and stuff. So I didn't give him the whole chicken. I picked the meat off after it was cooled. Didn't want to have meat because cats don't do very well with hot or super cold foods. At least mine doesn't. Probably has a kitty food coma. Yes, he's sleeping it off. I lost my cat. It'll be back. Let me stop for just a minute. I want you guys to, I don't know if you guys want to count these, but I wanted to share just briefly how many gift memberships were shared today. Let's see. We started with Ivan doing a super chat. Oh, phone call's coming in. Hang on one second. It's Thal.
Call from
Thal.
Thal, what's up? You're live on the air.
Cool. Just wanted to give everybody an update on my truck.
But
you've seen on Facebook.
The hail damage truck, the one that got carried.
Yes, sir. Yes, the hail damage truck that got carried. For the parts of the audience that don't know, here in Nebraska, we had a lovely thunderstorm we had fist-sized hail come down. It shattered on the apartment complex I live in. It shattered 11 out of the 12 windows, and when I say shattered, I mean shattered, like they're gone. So anyway, it hit my taillight, and it took out this tiniest little chunk out of the taillight.
It was hailing.
Curious that
it was hailing
fist-sized hail.
Fist-sized hail
Yes,
sideways.
Yeah, moving at 60 miles an hour plus, and it took out a tiny little chunk of my taillight, ladies and gentlemen in the chat.
Yes.
Anyway, so the thing was the truck, okay, you're gonna love this, Recovery Addict. I bought the truck last month, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an old 2007 truck. It's a nice sporty truck. It was mint condition. Body was perfect, right?
I still have the text where you said, "Hey, check out the truck," and you sent pictures, and it looked beautiful. Next picture I got from you was the hail damage.
Yeah, the good Lord slapped my baby. What happened was though is I got the adjustment back, or the guesstimation, I guess, back from the body shop, right? Mm-hmm. So the truck Kelly Blue Book's around $8,000. There is $9,500 in damage for the body on the truck.
Totaled your truck. You got totaled. Yeah. Well,
so
can you find another one just like it, maybe without a few dings and maybe functioning taillights?
No. I'm keeping the truck because the thing is, the last owner of this truck, well, one is the engine sound, okay, and the tranny sound, okay. So, and right before I bought it, they rebuilt the tranny. So we're not trading trucks, period, because that can save you tens of thousands of dollars on that one. So I'm thinking of just driving it till the wheels fall off. And the glass guy that owned it took it to those little stereo competitions. So the equipment that's in it for the stereo is like,
it's one of those
top
trucks.
Notch.
Yeah,
it's crazy good. So I'm like, no, we're gonna keep the truck.
So get the check. Have them send you the check and replace the taillights. Take one of those big ouchie Band-Aids for car magnets and stick them over all the dents. and then you're good to go. What are you going to do with the other $7,000?
Actually, what I was thinking of getting was a big red wig for the top of it, and then on the bumper just putting stepchild, so people can put it together. Got beaten like a redhead stepchild.
I'm sorry about your truck. It sounds like at least you have some options. Oftentimes people get the wrath of Mother Nature and end up with nothing but a big hole in their pocket. So.
Yeah, and to answer Ivan, no, Ivan, it is not a squat truck. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, goodness. Carolina squat is where they take the front end, they lift it, and the back end, and they lower it, and then they drive it.
Oh God, no!
And it's like 45 degrees.
No.
You can't see over the hood.
No.
You're looking up at the sky.
Yeah. No. I plan to stock Scott here at some point in his life, and so he can see the truck.
Nice.
And by stock, I mean accidentally meet, because I'm way too lazy for that.
You're in Nebraska, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was looking. Where Mrs. RA and I are trying to drive across the country here next month, and I think we're going through Nebraska on the way. I think we're stopping somewhere in Nebraska on the east side or the west side. No, it's going to be a long day.
Okay,
it's like all day just across Nebraska. It's just cornfields for miles, is what I hear.
Well, you're going through, if you're going I-80, then you're going straight through Nebraska, and it's a main vein. So you're probably going east to
Cheyenne, right?
Well, if you're going north to south, then you're gonna be going east to west. You're gonna be going from like North Platte to Omaha type of traveling. Or no, you're in South Carolina, so you're gonna be going to the West Coast, right?
I'm in north. There are 3 routes. We could go up through Ohio, and I think that's where we chose. We're going almost up through Cincinnati. It's within 15 minutes of going south through Kentucky and Tennessee. It's the time, whichever route we take, they're within 15 minutes of each other.
Oh my God.
It's nuts. I could cover almost all the states depending on which route I chose, and it gets there at the same time.
Good Lord. Well, hey, I'll tell you what, we'll talk later about where you happen up in Nebraska, and we'll just meet somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll just feed you guys, and you guys then can run away because that that works.
We'll be the huge long Suburban with the trailer tailgate, luggage rack, and everything tied on the top, and me holding like an antenna out the window to get a signal.
Because I don't live in any place cool like Texas or California or hey you guys need to go do this while you're interstate. No, you're in Nebraska.
You've got like the world's largest ball of yarn, don't you? I mean, you've got things. You've got things out there.
We've got things for cats, okay? That we don't have.
Anyway, we are just trying to dodge the tornadoes and the big hailstorms. That would suck if we ran into one of those across. So we'll arrange for good weather with Weather Watch before we go. But anyway,
no, don't worry. I blame Weather Watch for all the damage we had because everything's Weather Watch's fault. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, we blame Weather Watch for everything. He's a weatherman, therefore. It's his fault.
Well, something's going to go wrong. We're replacing the tires, all 4 tires. We want new tires, so it just feel safe on the trip. New tires. We're doing a full, complete, all the fluids, everything checked. Coolant, everything. Windshield wiper fluid. It's all going to be top. Oil change. Brakes. We're replacing the brakes. Everything before we go. So we want the vehicle to be safe. And as soon as we do that with any vehicle, something bad happens. So we'll see what it is. We might be buying a new 8-passenger vehicle halfway across the country, which isn't exciting, but.
Oof. Yeah, but
fingers crossed.
And you guys are coming through in the summer, right?
August.
A month.
First week of August. Yep.
Yeah. We have nice weather in August, so you guys should be fine. The storms usually calm down around this month, pretty much.
Good.
Last month or this month, you won't hit any storms.
That's awesome. Thal, thank you very much. Good luck on your truck. Good to hear some good news, at least for you, so you get it fixed. But
well, I don't know. I haven't stopped fighting with the insurance company yet. That fight hasn't even started yet. So I'm gonna tell the claim adjuster I'm keeping the truck, and I'll take the $8,000. Thank you very much. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would be interesting. Let me tell you this. I had one fight with the insurance company early on, right after I got married. I think I had one kid at the time. It's going straight through a green light, and the lady turned left in front of me, and I had to total her car on the front of my truck. I wasn't able to stop. So it was bad. I had the green light. It was her fault. The officer showed up on the scene, happened to be the husband of my mom's employee. And he knew it. So he's like, "Oh, my wife works for your mom." I'm like, "That's great." And he's like, "Oh, we'll take care of this." It felt like Proctor. Yeah, he's like, "Don't worry, nothing's going to come to you guys. It's all on her." No, I'm sorry. I was in the right this time, so I don't feel bad at all. But I think she got a ticket, ended up totaling both her vehicles. When I fought with the insurance company over that, because I messed up my shoulder in doing that. And I worked at a job where I had to I was picking up steel and had to move it because I was working at press brakes, 20-foot long sheets of steel that were bending into shapes for buildings. And you have to pick it up and turn it. And my shoulder was messed up. I couldn't do it. So I was out of work for several months doing therapy and everything like that. The cortisone injections, all of it. And so after I'm finally able to go back to work on light duty, and the insurance comes to me and they say, "Well, you've got, you should have like workers, what is it called when you get like short-term, long-term disability?" I didn't have any of that. And because I didn't have any of that and I didn't get paid anything, they had to pay me 100% of what I would be earning. That's the way the law worked. And the only way they could calculate my wages is they went to my work. They went to my work and talked to my boss. And my boss said, "Well, I don't know how many hours he would have worked. All I can do is see how much his partner worked during that time period." Well, my partner had to work overtime nonstop because I was gone. So he was covering for me for months. So insurance had to pay me what they paid him hours-wise at my pay rate, which was the same as his. So I made bank on that for not doing anything. And then when they settled on my vehicle, because I had a little truck that I loved as well, they did a phone call. It took about 3 minutes, and we bartered back and forth like we were, arguing at a garage sale, and settled on a price. I went up, picked up the check, and I was done. But anyway.
Jesus. Well, real quick for my waifu, my internet waifu. No, sweetheart, that's 10%. So it's $800 in house plants, not 8,000, sweetheart. The truck needs help. I've got a shattered windshield. So I got to repair stuff.
Let's see. I'm taking over the 8-passenger. Oh my goodness, TYO. No. Not even going through St. George. Although I do have a family member who knows them personally. Let's see.
Yeah, Tisha S.
Tisha, where's
my internet wife?
I'm looking for what she said. I just can't find her comment.
Oh, she said,
she's
I
can
can
work
find
with
it.
There it is. That's a lot of houseplants. Hey, when you guys do get married, send us the invite because I'd like to live stream it. So there we go.
Who says we're getting married like in a church and whatever else, dude? We're gonna do this cheap. We're gonna do this on the cheap. See what you do is
I wasn't going to charge you to live stream it.
Y'all fools with the marriage thing. Okay, I got this all planned out. What you do is, okay, children, this is what you do. All right, ladies, listen to me. Okay, listen to your creepy Uncle Saul that you should never listen to. Take the advice of. Anyway, children, what you want to do is you want to go down to the courthouse, get every documents filled out, tell everybody you're getting married at a church, right? Invite them out, tell them it's at their own cost, okay? And then have them show up and just leave them there. Don't even bother. You know why? Because you're going to save all that money they donate to put on this quote-unquote wedding, and you're going to go on vacation. And you're going to spend that money on the vacation for you both. You know why? Because you both found each other. It's true love. Why are you putting up with other people? Why would you do this to yourselves? Just go on vacation.
Okay, this is funny you mentioned that because Mrs. R.A. and I, we sort of did things a little bit different when we got married. We scheduled our reception for before we were married. So we threw the big party. Everybody came and gave us gifts, and we're not yet married, and we didn't like. A lot of people didn't know, so we got a quilt, a baby quilt, for in the future there would be a baby, and it had our names and the date before our wedding, the day before our wedding on it, because it was the reception day. And so as we're cleaning up the reception and looking for a place to put 500 goldfish, which we thought people would take home with them, which they did not, we're looking at all these we could still call this off and we could just split it. You mean you can have the plunger, there are 2 toasters, we each get one of those. It was, but we didn't. We went through with it and got married and so happy.
Well, you know what I gave what I gave my brother for his wedding what was it, his wedding gift?
What's that?
And to this day, I have not been forgiven to it. Now, understand, at the time, okay, I'm still me at this time, but I'm 16, so I'm an ornery, stacked on ornery, stacked on.
My fingers hovering over the edit button. Okay, go on.
Yeah, right. I was. Yeah, several of these stacked on each other. I was worse when I was a teenager. And so the thing was, I got my sister-in-law got her a toaster. Mm-hmm. Okay, and she opened it up at the wedding, and she said, "Oh, a toaster, that's so nice of you, blah, blah, blah." And then her brother opened up his, and he looked at me, and both of them, everyone busted up laughing except them, and they just both looked at me like I was about to get killed. Because I got him one of those little baby bathtubs full of water.
It went with the toaster. They were a match set.
Oh yeah.
You're terrible.
And I just looked at them both and gave them a thumbs up, and I said, "What are you mad at me for? It's an easy out button." And they both shook their heads.
Oh my goodness. Tisha, are you still interested knowing all this? She says it's good for me. That's fine. All right. Thal, thanks so much. Have yourself a happy 4th of July. I mean, it's
always.
It's gonna be wonderful. So let's see.
All right.
I appreciate it. Thanks for calling. We'll talk to you later, man.
Yeah, talk to you later, brother.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted by Thal? Just 1 minute here. First of all, I was going to show you a picture. See, I think it's to the desktop. Nope. Downloads. Why is it going so slowly? This thing's killing me. Okay. Users, Scott, desktop. Sort by date. Oh, wow. Hang on one second. Let's see. Josh, I'm trying to show your picture, and it's killing me here. I cannot make this happen. Josh, you have an amazing picture here. Look, it's right here. You sent an amazing picture and it looks really good. I just can't get it over to my switcher for some reason. It won't let me pull up where I saved it to. So sorry about that, Josh. I was going to say we were going to talk a little bit about gift memberships because you guys are amazing. Karina was looking was hoping she could receive a gift, and you guys responded in a big way. So I'm not sure if you guys want to do the math on this. It's going to go fast. But let's see, we had this. Can I just hit the down arrow? Does that work? I hope the down arrow just works on this. No, it doesn't. Tab. Nope. Bummer. I was hoping for an easy way. Okay, so Ivan gave a gift the first thing in the morning. Let's see. I'm just doing the gifted memberships here. Brybear kicked things off with one gift. Lenova gave 10. Lenova gave another. Cherie gifted 1. Been There, Done That gifted 1. Red Pen gifted 5. Note to Self gifted 5. Danny Austin gifted 5. Greeners gifted 10. Megan Easton gifted 1. Rebecca Zooks gifted 10. Which one are we at? Where are we at? There we go. Then we had Josh Hutchins gifted 5. Lenova gifted 1. Selena K gifted 5. Note to Self gifted 5. Danny Austin gifted 1. Emily Aarons gifted 1. Josh Hutchins gifted another. K-Rab gifted 5. Danny Austin gifted another. Britta Aller gifted 5. Note to Self gifted 1. I Rescue Dogs gifted 1. And then Karina went out and bought her own, but followed immediately by Ricky Watson gifting 5. Bite Me gifted a membership as well. Thank you for this generosity. Karina, you should feel loved. You should definitely feel loved. Nearly all of these memberships were gifted because they saw your name in gray and wanted you back in green with us, and they responded accordingly. So super, super generous. About 87, 88, right around there. That is an incredible day of gifted memberships. This is the most amazing community on true crime, and it's because you guys, the way you treat each other is just incredible, and the support you show me is amazing. I can't thank you enough for that. From me and my family, thank you for that support. All right, we have 87 plus 1 purchased. Thank you. You guys are good on the math. I went quick too. Let's see. It's a quiet day in court. There's not a lot left to do. Our judge we were watching before has bailed on us. Let's see if there's anybody else who's out and about that we would like to follow. I think the lawyer is starting to review that 5-page letter. We are expecting another letter, so there will be another letter for sure. Okay, I'm marking this one down in the cards. Quote me on this one. Josh just gifted another membership. Thank you very much, Diane. You're the recipient. Let's see. Attended the wedding, only knew the bride. Next to me, a guy who only knew the groom. We pretended to be wedding moochers all night. People believed it and snitched to the couple. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. There is a ton of members, and it's wonderful. 88 keys on the piano. Coincidence? I think not. Okay, what are the next big ones to come? We have 2 trials that start next week. First, we have the Ashley Benefield trial. Well, that's second. And first, we have Alex Baldwin, who is the Rust shooting trial. We already listened or participated in the Hannah Gutierrez trial, so we'll go to the Rust shooting trial next, and that'll be good. The new Sarah Boone letter is actually the old Sarah Boone letter. We've already read that one. So we've already covered it. It's 5 pages. She wrote it after the 58-page letter. We covered it already. We just didn't do a separate video on it. But Peter's covering that today, which is awesome. Love to see his take on that. Anything else? Anything else today? It's the 4th of July tomorrow. We will be taking the day off unless something major happens, like a breaking news story, which hopefully doesn't, because that would probably be a tragedy. Either a breaking news story or the what is it? Fireworks. I might have fireworks. We'll see if we can do a fireworks show. It just depends on the signal and everything else out of Little Washington. Lynn Godwin, member for 5 months. Thank you very much, as I'm back from the airport and officially an empty nester. Now I can play Recovery Addict on every TV in my house. There are 4 or 5. Lynn, I love that. I love that. At the same time, congratulations, and we're here for you. I know it's being an empty nester isn't always all just celebration. Sometimes there's a little part of your heart that moved out as well. So we're here for you. We're excited as well. Congratulations on that. That's exciting to see youngins getting up and moving on with life. All right. Let's see. Have a great 4th of July. Please stay safe, for sure. Are we doing Courtney Clenny? That's a tough one, Pizza. Courtney Clenny is the OnlyFans trial. The problem with this trial is that a lot of the evidence, and I mean a lot of the evidence that would be admitted in this trial, is content from OnlyFans, which is not safe for work. So it presents extreme challenges to the channel. Even when you're trying not to show anything, if something accidentally gets shown, it could be very detrimental to the channel, meaning it could end it right there. So we have to be really careful about that, and I don't think we'll be covering that one live. Possibly after the fact, where we can edit things down if we need to. We might do that. Gave you some suggestions on where to stop to get some food and treats in Cincinnati, and up above in chat. I can send them to the burner. Please do. I missed it in chat, Karina. I apologize, and thank you for wanting to be in green today. That led to a huge gifting party. Let's see. Have everyone have the 4th. Don't forget, it's my birthday is Friday. We'll be back. We'll be back on Friday, Karen. I can promise you that. We're not going to take the whole weekend off. It's probably going to be a very lighthearted stream and probably shorter because we got 2 things. First of all, it's a single day between a holiday and the weekend. Most courts are not going to be setting. You'll have arraignments. You'll have some light court work. The big judges will all have the days off, and the little judges have to take their place. So we might try and do some of that, but there's not going to be a lot to go on there unless there's some documents that drop that we can review or some developments in a big case that we can cover. It might be a short day, but we'll definitely come on to sing happy birthday to the 4th of July birthdays, as well as those that are on Friday and through the weekend. So lots of that. Let's see. Have you watched the Chandler Helderson? I have not watched that one. See, car chases, that might happen. We could go live at any time. Make sure you have you've rung the bell in case you pick up we pick up a car chase. I just checked Colorado Judicial Branch Colorado courts. There are 2 live courts right now out of the whole state. Yeah, not a lot going on. This is like it's almost like a Christmas week. It's also a very, very slow week. Between Christmas and New Year's, you're just not going to find people going to court because jurors don't show up and judges don't want to be there. Neither do lawyers. So we have a little bit of a break there. Bidet installation, that may happen as well. I still have not installed the bidet. We're trying to find the right one. We have the power installed where it needs to. We've got everything installed in the bathroom, except for the floorboard still, which I still need to get I think it's called a finish nailer or a brad nailer. I'm not sure. It's one of the 2. It's the one that's in the middle. I think it's a finish nailer. Now I don't know which one it was. I think brads are too small. I think it's finish. Will there be a podcast this week? It will not be a podcast because it's a holiday. We're going to do double duty the week after, and we'll be gifting memberships the week after as well. So that will be the week after the 4th, which puts it on the 11th, I think. I want to see little judges. We'll see little judges. Postponing the podcast. Yes, we are. We're taking a rare week off. I know. Gilly May. Basically, it came to an issue of we ran out of money before we finished the repairs, so we have to start saving up to finish the repairs. Once they're done, we're saving up to do the basement bathroom as well. The same thing. The only difference is when we tear out the floor of the basement bathroom, we also have to tear out joists under the house, and that is not going to be fun. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm trying to put that off till after our vacation because I know it's going to take a month to get through it, and I don't want a hole in the bottom of my house while we're not here. So, yeah. I used a brad nailer on my baseboards. I don't have either. I don't have any nailers, or as a matter of fact, I don't have a framing nailer, a finish nailer, or a brad nailer. I'm going to hold you to Double Duty Podcast. We'll talk fast. I'm not sure if we'll be on twice as long. Anyway, Runkle's babysitting Law and Lumber on Friday. That's going to be great. I cannot wait. I'll jump in there and be there and chat, I think, for sure. For the bidet screws, Ivy, thank you very much. Appreciate the super chat. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again. It will be Friday morning, barring there are no massive police chases or breaking news or letter drops or something. There's always a chance we'll go live again, so stay close to your alerts. Let's see, Vicky is doing court streams also. Let's see if we can portal over to Vicky really quickly. I think she's got that set up. Do a quick redirect. Vicky, where are you at? There you are. You're live. Okay, we're going to portal to Vicky Callum. All right, guys. Love you all. Be good to each other. We'll see you after the holiday. Be safe. Bye-bye.